Today, I have brought back to life the voices that once echoed across America, icons of their time. Their allure was not only in their appearance or sound, but in their undeniable impact. This is a journey through the souls etched into the hearts of millions, where music and memory intertwine. We begin with Elvis Presley, the man who launched an era. With smoldering eyes and slicked-back hair, he redefined what it meant to be a star. Elvis didn't just sing. He made the world tremble with every shake of his hips. Then came Michael Jackson, the king of pop, an artist who seemed to have stepped out of the future. With his moonwalk and the loneliness behind the spotlight, Michael was the embodiment of magic, both surreal and profoundly human. Whitney Houston, tousled hair, an enchanting smile, and a voice that soared to the heavens. She made the world believe in love and dreams, a soul that was fragile and fierce all at once. Aretha Franklin, no one sang respect like she did. More than the voice of soul, she was the embodiment of pride, of power, of black womanhood in music. Prince, small in stature, eccentric, sensual, and brilliant. He was the purple pulse of rebellion, a man who fit no mold and could never be imitated. Tupac Shakur, sharp features, eyes filled with both pain and hope. A poet among bullets, a warrior of truth and defiance. His verses were more than rap. They were the heartbeat of resistance. The notorious B.I.G., larger than life in every way. The Brooklyn boy with a velvet flow, telling street tales with the nuance of someone who had lived, lost, and longed. Ray Charles, though blind, he lit up the world of music. His radiant smile and fingers gliding across the keys were a symphony of resilience, freedom, and love. Johnny Cash, the man in black, a voice for the downtrodden, a heart wrapped in solitude beneath a rugged shell. His music didn't shout, it whispered truths that demanded to be heard. Frank Sinatra, crisp suits, a glass in hand, a half smile. Frank was the definition of American elegance. My Way was not just a song. It was the anthem of a generation of men who dared, lost, and rose again. Freddie Mercury, he didn't just sing, he was music. A performer who burned bright on stage with smiling eyes and a heart on fire. Freddie could silence a stadium with a single note. Etta James, sorrowful eyes, a raspy voice like aged whiskey. She delivered raw, honest emotion, as if every lyric was a scar laid bare. Jim Morrison, long hair, dreamy gaze, and lyrics that cast spells. Jim was the wild soul of the 60s, a beautiful, dangerous storm of poetry and rebellion. Janis Joplin, she didn't sing, she screamed from the soul, a rebellious woman with a tender heart. Her voice was a cry for freedom, wounded and glorious. Kurt Cobain, melancholy eyes, delicate beauty, and lyrics soaked in pain. He was the silent scream in a world that never quite fit. His light was brief, but never dimmed. Billie Holiday, pearls at her neck, a white flower in her hair, and a voice that whispered through the night. Billie was the gentleness of tragedy, a jazz icon who turned sorrow into song. Sam Cooke, the sweetest voice of his generation. He was the bridge between gospel and soul, the quiet voice of hope in America's turbulent times. Marvin Gaye, with eyes that asked the world, "What's going on?" Marvin sang not just of love, but of conscience, peace, and something bigger than himself. Aaliyah, young, refined, and mysteriously elegant. She became the modern face of R&B. Her breathy voice and sudden passing left a silence that echoed through a generation. George Michael, timeless looks, seductive style, and a voice full of depth. George was a global symbol of unapologetic love and emotional honesty. Back in the 20th century, beauty wasn't filtered or edited. It was natural, raw, unrepeatable. They were magnetic not because they were perfect, but because they were real. These were not just artists. They were the voices of eras, the fire behind cultural revolutions. Though no longer among us, each note, each image is a reminder. They once lived, and they still do, in the hearts of millions.